Sunshine's Corner, brought to you by Pensacola Parks and Recreation.
And good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a beautiful day, as I always say, in the neighborhood. And of course, now you've stepped into the hottest spot there is in Pensacola, and that is Sunshine's Corner, where we talk about things that needs to be talked about. So I want to encourage you to tell somebody, when you want to know what's happening in Pensacola, check out Sunshine with Sunshine's Corner on Blab TV. I always do this because I want you to be a part of the conversation. You can call us at 850-432-7768. You can text if you've got questions, because I know with the guest that I have today, there's going to be a lot of questions. And I want to say thank you, Erica Lanes, for getting up so early this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And then I got you lost.
Yes, but I found my way.
But you found your way. And Erica, let me tell you, what you do with myself, it needs no filter. All I can say is bravo, 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 bravo.
Thank you.
You have done so much with these girls.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just catapulted from the beginning.
Yes.
I mean, from the day that I heard about the inception, it was just up, straight up.
Yes, you're right. It caught fire.
It's
fire.
still burning.
Yeah, it's still burning, and it feels good because when it's one thing for you to have a vision. But when other people can feel it and see it, it's just, I mean, it's such a great feeling. And so I'm still living in that space right now.
And when you said that, chills just went through, because I know that came from the heart. And I know, because I've seen your work, I've seen the work that you're doing, and how you're handling these young girls. And what I love about what you named it, my selfie needs no filter. When you see all these people taking these pictures with the filters, right?
Yes.
Now, how did you, what's the message you getting to girls right there?
Yeah. So what I don't want people to think is that filters are bad.
Right.
Because I love a good camera filter.
Me too.
Okay. So all of my Mississippi melanin.
Yeah.
Okay. Against certain backgrounds or in certain lighting, it can like wash you out, or it can, you know, almost make you feel like you're disappearing. So I love a good light filter.
Right.
Right. So filters are not the enemy.
Exactly.
Okay, I just want to put that out there. But it's when you are totally reliant on these filters. Yes. And so when we use the word filter, or when we use the word selfie, we're not talking about the kind that you take with an electronic
Exactly.
device, right? We are talking about your internal selfies.
Right.
So your self-esteem, self-confidence, self-respect, self-care, self-love. And when we talk about a filter, not so much as altering a picture image, but altering your real authentic self is really what that is. And so being able to have those kinds of conversations and being able to educate the girls on what that truly means, because through the influence of social media,
big influencer.
Yeah, and their peers, you know, the other girls who know everything, because we as adults, we don't know anything.
That's right. That's what they say.
Yes, it becomes important for them, or for me, to have a different kind of a voice to be able to instill different messages for our girls and let them know that their beauty's from the inside out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And when you realize that your beauty is from within, and it's just going to illuminate what you got already on the outside.
Yes.
And don't worry about so much. I see how you're building their confidence.
Yes.
Don't allow anybody to tear down what you are.
That's right.
Who you are, that beauty that's there, because beauty is different in everybody's eye.
It is. It is. And it may sound cliche when they say, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I want the girls to know that the beholder is them.
That's it. That's it.
So when they look in the mirror, being able to look past the reflection that's in the mirror. And I know as teenagers, because we were both teenagers at one point in time.
Just a few days ago.
Yeah, just a few days. Yeah, just a few days ago. I just turned 18.
That's right.
But, you know, that's important. Body imaging is important.
Yes.
That puberty stage.
Oh, God.
So many changes.
Oh, Jesus.
You're at that awkward stage sometimes where you're trying to morph into, you know, whatever you're going to become. And so your outside image is important, but I just don't want them to get so caught up on these unrealistic standards of beauty that society has placed on us. If you have a gap in between your teeth,
that's right.
Own your gap.
That's
it's
right.
beautiful.
That's right.
And you know, that's what makes you uniquely you.
Exactly.
And so it's just being able to point out some of those things. And so I know we're going to talk about the summer camp, but during the camp, I want them to kind of have some of those uncomfortable conversations and maybe talk about some of their imperfections.
Right.
And we do that during Girl Talk. So yeah, that's always fun.
So do you have Girl Talk periodically with the girls?
During the summer camp, it's every day.
Every day?
Every day, every morning.
My goodness, that's great.
Yeah. So we start off with our morning assembly and pitter patter around. We do breakfast, and then we kick it off every morning with girl talk. And so last year, that was our first year. This year's our second.
Right.
Each girl got a copy of my book, My Selfie Needs No
Exactly.
Filter.
I have one. I've read the book.
And so we sit in a circle, our sister circle, and we read the book. And each day we read different chapters. So by the end of the summer camp that Friday, we would have read the entire book together. And I make sure I let them know. So when you go back to school and they ask you about your summer reading.
Exactly. Then you got that taken care of.
That's right. We did it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know, that's beautiful, Erica, because sometimes young girls, they go through a lot. Like you said, when you're going through that puberty stage, when you're feeling like I've got to live up to what this person thinks about me, or I'm not confident with this and somebody's bullying me in that way. But you're giving them that confidence. How easy is it for you to get them to open up? Is it a process that they go through?
Sometimes it's difficult.
Right.
Because, you know, just to be transparent, when I was writing the book, I had to go back in time.
Exactly.
To when I was 14, 15, 16 years old. And I didn't realize how some of these topic areas were still triggers for me.
Get out.
Yeah, so you think that just because you're not in middle school, high school, that you've grown out of that, or, you know, that you're older, that you've grown out of that. And some of those things are buried kind of deep. And so when I was talking about some of my own personal experiences, I started feeling that emotion again, which was good, because then that reminded me.
And you can relate now.
Yes,
exactly.
even now.
Exactly.
And so, you know, yes, we had girl talk, but then we also, you know, engaged with each other, you know, throughout the day. And I think the important thing was being able to build a certain level of trust.
Right.
And being able to create an environment where they felt safe.
Right.
And that was what a lot of them had mentioned. So during the summer camp, yes, we focus on the 5 selfie pillars, but we also focus on STEM. So science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
Oh, I love that. Let's say that again. What?
So STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Wonderful.
And so the E, the engineering, we went to the Real Women Radio studio, where they learned radio engineering. They learned how to work the switches and the buttons and all that stuff. And when each girl was interviewed, I can't remember. I think it was Jeff Sapp. Shout out to Jeff Sapp.
Hi, Jeff Sapp.
Because he was so patient with those girls. He's a young man, was surrounded by like 200 teenage girls.
Oh my God. So he was swamped. He had a handful.
He was. So, but he did a great job. He asked them, what is your favorite part of the summer camp? And so many girls said, I just feel like I can be myself. I feel like I'm meeting new people and we click. So I think that that's important too. When we're talking about self-confidence, yes, self-confidence, self-esteem, some people use them interchangeably, but self-confidence is about being confident in your ability to do something. How you feel about your ability to do something.
Exactly.
So when we are instilling that self-confidence, I think that we have to pull that out of them and let them know, hey, we're all friends here.
Absolutely.
We're friends. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be excited. We're not here to judge. You know?
That's right.
Be you.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what I saw? We were doing an article on you back here a month or so ago.
Yes.
And the young lady, when that was with you.
Yes.
She was also had been with the group My Selfie Needs No Filter.
Yes.
But how you were training her with that camera. How to be, I mean, no, she didn't miss, I would talk to her, she didn't miss a beat.
She didn't.
She was focused.
Yes.
On what she needed to do. And the perfection of it, she knew what she had to do.
Yes.
But she looked so confident.
Yes. So you're talking about Miss Kennedy.
Yes.
Who is my now executive assistant. I've been knowing Kennedy since she was either 14 or 15.
Get out.
Her mom was on my team when I was working in the corporate sector.
Right.
And that's how I first met her. And she started out as just someone who, you know, would ask me questions periodically. Hey, Miss Erica, you know, do you know anything about this? I want to go to school for makeup and things of that nature. You know, can you point me in the right direction? And kind of started off with that. And then when My Selfie Needs No Filter, you know, I started to give birth to the initiative, I brought her in. And so she went from being a camper to, well, she was always an ambassador because she was on board. So let's just say an ambassador to a camper, to a youth leader, to a camp counselor, and now I hired her as executive assistant for Erica Lane.
Look at that.
Yeah. So, but the good thing about it is, when I am looking for ambassadors, I'm looking for specific things.
Right.
It's just like when you're managing a team. You know, if you've ever been in a management position or, you know, executive level position, you're looking for certain attributes and skills.
Right.
And it's important that you recognize your hunters from your farmers.
I love that.
Yeah. And you don't want to put a farmer in a hunter's position.
That's right. And you don't want to put a hunter in the farmer's position.
And so during the camp, you know, I had my management eye looking for certain attributes by certain girls. Who was it who was really taking on those leadership abilities? Who was the one who made sure that we stayed laughing and happy throughout the camp? Who was the mother of the camp? Who wanted to make sure everyone was comfortable, wanted to help, you know, serve the breakfast and all that. And so when I'm able to identify those kinds of girls, I can picture in my mind how I could potentially work with them and continue to groom them in certain areas.
Absolutely.
That would be helpful for the initiative.
But you know what I see also that you're doing? I mean, you're placing such confidence within them. Do you know that with my selfie, needs no filter, even with your camp, that people are yet trying to find spaces in that? I mean, that should say something.
Yeah, they are, and we got to a point now, just with the camp specifically, we're on a waiting list.
Oh my goodness.
We're on the waiting list for people to, you know,
to be a part of it.
Yeah.
That should say something, Erica.
It does. I have a hard time saying no. So that's the problem, is I have a hard time saying no, and I'm like, okay, one more, and then I get a call, and then I'm like, okay, one more. Then I finally had to say, you know what, let's just start a waiting list. And so we have probably about a dozen on the waiting list right now.
You're kidding.
Yeah, probably about a dozen.
But that's great work, though.
Thank you.
I mean, to have that, because nobody's going to jump on when it's not being productive.
That is true. And here's a fun fact. I can't even make this up. So last year we did 4 summer camps.
4?
Yeah, we did 4. So we had a busy summer last year. They were all 1-week camps, but each camp we had a new set of 50 girls. Okay?
50.
Yeah. So that's how I got to 200.
I got you.
Last year. And so on the first day of camp, I let them know that I'm involved with a lot of things.
Exactly.
You know, we have a lot of great things coming, involvement in the community, and that I am looking for certain leaders, certain young girls, to become active ambassadors, to be able to help, you know, me do certain things, to be able to travel. So of course they're like this. They're like, you know,
I'm ready.
Me. Yeah, I'm ready. And so then I extended an invitation. I let them know, now we're going to have subsequent camps. Right? So when we did the first camp, you know, we were going to have the second, third, and fourth. So I let the girls know, I may be looking for someone to help out at the next camp. Miss Linda Sonshine, okay? I had so many girls wanting to come back for the next week. They've already finished their camp. Now, they could be doing anything that summer, sleeping in, watching TV, whatever it is that they want to do, get a job.
Right.
But they wanted to come and help and volunteer at the other camps.
That's beautiful.
It had a waiting list.
That's beautiful. And I mean, but that means that you're doing something that's productive, and these girls are grasping on to what you're teaching.
Yeah.
And I think that is so important to have a role model as yourself to reach these young ladies, because they need that.
They do. And a lot of things came out during Girl Talk. And I don't feel like I'm very far removed, but maybe I am from this generation. Because
I feel you.
Some of the things that they were sharing during Girl Talk, I was like, I did not have to worry about things like that until maybe college.
Exactly.
But they are like 13, 14 years old, and this is reality for them. And so I'm like, all right, let's talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
Like let's lay it out on the wood right now. And what's cute is, after a while, I didn't have to say a whole lot. By Wednesday, they was running Girl Talk. They was like, oh, I know the answer to that. Or let me tell you what you need to do. At 16, giving advice, which was great.
Right.
You know, and so I'm there to, you know, monitor the conversation.
Of course.
And then, of course, to redirect or to set the facts straight. Because some stuff I'm like, no, that is not how that works. But good try.
But you see, but with a leader like you that can get them on the right path and make sure that they continue that path, And
Yes.
I'm sure that's going to be a staple in their life for the remainder.
I hope so.
It
I
will.
hope so.
There's no question. There's no question about it. Look at what you're doing. Look at the results and how many people that want their kids to be a part of this.
Yes, and that's the thing, I'm all about evaluation. So that's great. You put on a great event, you had hundreds of people show up, but how do you know that you did what you sought out to do? How do you measure that? How do you evaluate that? And so at the end of each summer camp, I was able to give them an evaluation. I was able to give evaluations to the campers and the parents,
right?
So that they can give us some feedback.
Exactly.
What do we do good? What do we need to? I call it the KSS or KISS: keep doing, stop doing, start doing.
I love it. You got these acronyms down.
That's how I learned. And got some really good feedback. Some feedback was it needs to be longer.
Wow.
So they wanted to stay at the summer camp longer. Some said we need better lunches.
But the fact that you were getting the things that you wanted to from them, and they felt close enough, involved enough to say what they were feeling on the inside.
Oh, day one. So Monday is just like the first day of school. First day of school in a new school, whether you're going from middle school to high school, you may not know as many people, or just in a new city, you're nervous.
Right.
You got kind of the first day jitters. And so that's kind of how it was every Monday for 4 weeks, because we did it 4 times.
Exactly.
But by that Friday,
not even that way.
No, they're jumping off, hanging from chandelier.
They read it. They've gotten comfortable, and they've gotten something from you.
Yes.
And that's a great
from
thing.
Each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Those
Well, listen to this, everybody. I tell you what, Erica, we're going to come back because we've got so much more to talk about. Because I want you to share about the carriage, the horse and the buggy, all of that stuff that you did last year. So that I like people to hear that story because that's beautiful what it did for the girls. So listen, stay with us. We got that coming up in just a little bit right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
There are many reasons someone may need in-home care, whether it may be respite care, them recovering from surgery, or having a chronic condition. Having someone dedicated and reliable is imperative. Supplemental Support Care Services was created to provide to those who are in need with quality care that they deserve in the home. Taking it a step further, our main goal is to ensure that Supplemental Support Care Services is where the love and care is top priority.
Welcome back to the hottest spot there is right here in Pensacola. You know what it is. We're talking about Sunshine's Corner, who bring you all the information. And I'm so pleased to have this wonderful young lady, Erica Lanes, who's here talking about My Selfie Needs No Filter. And we're talking about not the camera. We're talking about young girls who's realizing who they are on the inside, that you don't have to cover that. You don't have to shade that. Allow that to just come out, let it grow, learn how to contain it, learn how to.
There you go.
That's right.
That's cute.
And make sure that you're doing the right thing and you're teaching them that. You did something last year, earlier part, mid the year. I saw you in a carriage.
Yes.
And it looked just like
Cinderella's carriage.
Cinderella.
Yeah.
You had the outfit, the hair. And I mean, I just love how your family played a part in it.
Yes, yes, they did.
It was so. Tell us about that. And how did you come up with that? And it was absolute success because I saw the girls. I mean, the pictures like.
Yes, yes. So it was a tea party.
Right.
It was a Disney princess tea party, and it was local here in Pensacola.
Right.
And I was just invited as a guest to come. Now, when I heard about Disney, so my dream job has always been to work at Disney.
Really?
I've always wanted to work at Disney. Not as a Disney princess, but Disney, I mean, it's a whole franchise, but it's a business. It's so many different departments and things like that. And so I've always wanted to work at Disney. So I felt like this was my moment, right?
You did it.
To be part of the crew. But what happened was, so it was a tea party for, it was a Queens and Princesses Royal Tea Party. So it was for the moms and the daughters to come out and enjoy Day of Empowerment and dress up, take pictures, all those great things. And so I came dressed as Princess Tiana.
You sure did.
which is Disney's first and I think only black
That's right.
Disney princess.
It is.
And so I came dressed as Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. So I had my little green frog as well.
The hairdo and everything was
I had my hair up. I had the gown. I had a prince.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. I had a real life prince dressed in gold. And yes, in the carriage, the horse and carriage, white horse and carriage. And I did a live show. So it was singing, dancing. I had the fireworks, real life fireworks.
The little things they did with the
We had the smoke machines. Like I was all the way live. And these girls at that moment
realized. Okay.
Yes. Princess Tiana is in the building. So for them, and these were girls as young as like 2 years old on up. And I was Princess Tiana in the flesh. So you know how like back in the day, whenever you you saw the concerts with Elvis and Michael Jackson, you had the people in the audience falling out and just hysterical. That was my audience. They were blown away. And so I did my song and dance number, but then also I had to give them my word of empowerment and encouragement and let them know
that you can be a princess as well.
You can. And it's more than just wearing a tiara and a pretty dress. That when you are running a kingdom,
come on.
Right? You are in a leadership position.
That's right.
And what that means and how you have to be kind and how you have to speak to people with gentleness,
right?
And how you have to have empathy. And if you see your sister's crown tilting,
come on,
help her straighten it.
That's right.
And so, anyway, needless to say, it took them a while to bring the program back in order because once Princess Tiana came out, everybody wanted to take pictures and talk to me.
I could imagine the little girls. They were probably in such awe.
Oh, they were in such awe. There were so many tears. Girls crying, real tears, saying that they didn't want me to leave. Can they have my phone number?
Get out.
Yeah.
But you see what you did though, because some girls think maybe younger kids and, there are areas whereas we're just being real, they don't get to believe in that, that they can do all of that. But anybody can do and be anything that they desire. And I believe by you showing them, even by being the first black princess, here she is live. She's here. And can you imagine what those babies were feeling?
And that's why it was emotional for me because I could literally put myself in their positions at that moment. And see, now I feel like I'm tearing up right now. Because,
but you did.
Because, it may sound cliche, but it was very magical.
Yeah.
For them and for me too.
Exactly.
For me to be able to give them, that experience. Even though I was in character as Princess Tiana, any question that they had, it did not bother me. They wanted to poke me to see if I was real. They wanted to ask me what I eat for dinner. Did I really drive all the way here from New Orleans?
In the carriage.
In the carriage. How fast does my carriage go? And it did not bother me one bit. I sat right there and I answered all their questions. Anybody who wanted a hug, I gave them a hug because you just don't know what they may have been going through or where they come from.
And just think about this. They would probably say, I would never get to Disney to see her, but wow, she came to me.
Yes.
That made it even more special. And I can think back on some of the pictures that I could see the eyes. I mean, it was like, oh, this is really real. And to come up with that concept and to bring it alive, I think that was some really out of the box thinking.
Thank you.
To let those kids know that, hey, look, you can do this too.
Yes.
You can be a princess. You don't have to ride around on a carriage every day, but you can be a princess.
Yes, and what it meant to be a princess.
Exactly.
I needed them to understand what that means, because Disney, I love Disney, don't get me wrong, but Disney does paint a certain image, and you know, children for the most part are visual learners, so they may think I have to have on glass slippers, I may have to have a gown, I have to wear a tiara, all these things, but you're already a princess.
That's right.
You know, and that's why you're here.
Exactly.
And some of the girls that were there, I guess maybe about 3 or 4 of them ended up coming to summer camp.
Really? Talking about summer camp. Okay, bring it back. I had to go back to the princess because I thought that was so cute.
Thank you.
I thought that was just so magical.
It was.
And,
it was good.
With the camp, right? The kids, what does it take? What are the qualifications for them to be a part of the camp? Do they need funding? Do you need funding to help with the kids? Or maybe we can get the community if there's somebody that want to help with the kids?
Yes, so qualifications for the girls specifically, it's just that they need to be between the ages of 13 and 19.
Okay.
So there is an age requirement. Because my Selfie Needs No Filter, it was designed for girls between those ages.
Right.
It doesn't matter your socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter, what your, culture or anything like that is. Typically, they all were in Escambia County.
Okay.
I think a few came from Santa Rosa County.
Right.
But in terms of qualifications, that's pretty much it for the girls.
Right.
And then it was just a matter of availability.
I hear
so
you.
what we had capacity for at the time. But then, yes, so my company powered the entire summer camp. Now, last year we did have a funder. We had a funder that came in absolutely phenomenal. We did not have anything to worry about because I need for this summer camp to continue to be free.
Absolutely.
I want it to be a free summer camp. And so we were able to do that with no problems last year. Well, a couple of little things in there, but we got past all of that.
I understand.
Right? But this year, we don't have the funding. We didn't get the funding.
Right.
We didn't get the funding. And so we have had to rely on some of our gracious sponsors to come through and to help us. Some of the nonprofit organizations have been able to come in and be able to assist us. So the camp is from June 3rd to June 7th.
That's the week after next.
Is it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's here. It's here.
Coming. It's knocking on the door.
It's here.
It is. So we still need funding.
Of course.
Because it costs money.
Oh, yes, it does.
When you think about the number of girls every day, though. So even just with water, like you have to be able to have water,
of
and
course.
you have to have breakfast, lunch, and snack.
That
Times the number of girls times 5 days.
Yes.
So
That's
it starts to get pricey. And I didn't realize that last year. I'm thinking, we'll just grab a couple of cases of water. And I'm like, because these girls, teenage girls, have you seen them eat?
I want another sandwich.
Yes.
Can I get bacon cheese on that too?
That's right. That's right. And you know what? Some of those girls, again, you don't know what their background is.
Exactly.
And so if they want, after everyone has eaten, if they want more food, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes. If we have some more, you can go ahead. Yeah, you can have seconds. But
and you don't want to tell anybody no when it comes to food anyway.
No, right. Because I don't like people to tell me no.
Exactly.
When it comes to food.
I want that.
Yes. So, you have to be able to feed them. You have to get supplies.
Right.
They need their shirts for safety reasons. Field trips.
Yes.
Transportation.
Yes.
The transportation is what's expensive.
Gas over expensive.
Gas. Yes, the gas.
Gas has gone out the roof.
Yes. And then at the end of the summer camp, we'll do like a little graduation ceremony. So we still have to be able to get certificates, some little trophies or pins for them.
Right.
We're going to have a pizza party, all those things. We're going to have a talent show this year. Yes, a talent show on that Friday.
Come on.
So, and these girls are excited about that. But I want to be able to give them little tokens for participating. So, yeah, it costs money.
So listen to this. So everybody who's watching today, listen at this. We're talking about a show that's beneficial to our children.
Yeah.
That's across the board.
That's right.
And for her to step out to do what she's doing, look, if you want to be a part of this, to be a funder, how can they get in touch with you?
MySelfieNeedsNoFilter.com.
myselfieneedsnofilter.com.
That's
Write
right.
that down.
Yes.
myselfieneedsnofilter.com.
Yes.
And be a part to help with these girls.
Yes.
And if you know someone that really want to extend that hand, if they want to be a silent giver, we'll take it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And this is an opportunity for corporate
Exactly.
and personal.
Exactly.
You know, individuals who would like to be a sponsor, and there is no amount too small or
Thank you.
too great. I don't care if it's $25. $25 will pay for a ticket for
Yes.
the museum. It'll pay for our trip to the pool.
That's right.
You know, it does not matter how small it is or how great it is. Everything is so greatly appreciated.
Exactly.
Yes.
So please, I want to say that again. Now, if you'd like to be a part, if you want to ask Erica some questions or on what about My Selfie Needs No Filter, 850-432-7768. You can call or text at that number today and talk to Erica yourself. We're going to be back, and so stay close. Get that finger to dial now so you can talk to her right here on Sunshine's Corner. Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel for all of your menwear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with a powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Hi, my name is Brett McCabe. This is my wife Tanya, and we're the owners of Pensacola AC and Auto Service Center.
From the moment you walk in the door, we are here to take care of you. Honesty and excellence are the standard of our team. Our goal is to give you peace of mind from oil changes to AC repair. All of our repairs come with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. We have a clean, welcoming waiting room with free Wi-Fi. When you leave here, you will have peace of mind. Come visit us and experience auto repair from people who care.
Oh, it's just that.
See, I like to do that. I don't like to stop our conversation because it's so good. We keep talking. Well, we're off camera. We're talking about some great stuff. But the fact of it is how much you're doing. We're just talking about the things that you're doing, how important it is that you continue what you're doing.
Yes.
And the kids, how they're always pulling to have more.
Yeah, they are. It blows me away. What I was telling you earlier was it's not even just the parents saying, you're not going to lay idle this summer. You're not going to just be on the game.
That's right.
And you're going to do. No, it's the girls saying, hey, Mom, here's the registration.
Yes.
Sending them the link.
Yep.
We need to register for the summer camp this year.
Right.
Or messaging me, because
Right.
they all know how to get in contact with me, messaging me saying, hey, Miss Erica.
That's right.
We want to be a youth leader during this camp. I'll tell you a quick funny story. One of the girls, it was 2 sisters, and they gave me a run for my money. They gave me a run for my money, but I was able to see past some of their outward displays that they were giving. Because, once you get an audience, you know how kids, they like to,
they want to take the stage.
Yeah, they want to take the stage. So it was 2 of them.
Right.
So I got it double time. And was constantly getting on these little lady leaders, having to bring them back in or whatever. And those were the main ones who, during the camp, was saying, we want to be one of them youth leaders for your next camp.
Wait a minute now. Let's get this together.
Right. And then they were reaching out to me on social media.
Really?
Yes. A couple of times saying, hey, we're ready. Put us in the game. And I'm like, well. And then I had another, so you got those 2 girls. I had another young lady. So proud of her. I took a chance with her.
Right.
last year because she brought her dad in, and the dad was like, she looks up to you. Like, you are such a great role model for her. She said something about her being able to be a youth leader for the next camp.
Look at that.
Yeah, me and my wife are on board. Well, I saw some things in the camp, but I was like, you know what? Let me see what happens when I put her in position, though.
Right.
Because sometimes you got to put them in position
to see what's going to come out. Mm-hmm.
And so, put her in position, and there were some definite teachable moments there. Okay, teachable moments there. So, did the camp. So, fast forward to almost a year later, she texts me out the blue. I guess she saw some of the promotions about the summer camp. And she sent me this. It wasn't a real long text message, but it was heartfelt. And she said, Miss Erica, I have grown.
Oh, wow.
Since last year.
Look what you did.
Mm-hmm. I realized the errors of my ways.
Come on now. You had to smile.
I'm just reading this message.
Is this the same young lady?
Right. And don't get me wrong, you know, she was definitely a leader. Like, she held some different roles in her school and stuff. But at the camp, it's a camp, and I want them to know this isn't school. This is a camp. You know, so I want you to, you know, enjoy yourself and relax. But she was like, I understand the errors of my ways, and I want to know if I can come back and be a youth leader this year.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like,
maybe. Let me think about this.
Right. I'm like, let me think about it. But long story short, we did a Zoom call on Thursday with all the, I called it my summer camp team leader team.
Right.
So it's about 20 of us on the Zoom call. It was so good. And she was on that call along with some other, our youth leaders.
Right.
And she did great. She did great. I did not have to prompt her to say anything. When it was time to introduce, she said exactly what she needed to say, what she had been taught during our communication segment of the camp.
Right.
And I was very proud of her.
You should be, because look what you did. Now, this was one of those girls that you had to really grab onto. You know, some of us, you have to do a little bit more.
You do.
And but look what you did. She called back and she realized what she had done.
Yes.
So she needed to make a difference there,
That's right. And we're going to see how she performs this year.
You're going to be so proud of her.
I am. I have nothing but confidence in her because I saw something in her last year anyway. And like I said, she did good. She did good. I mean, she was 14.
Of course.
So, you know.
At that age.
Yeah, and surrounded by all this great stuff that's going on. And now she's got friends. She met friends in the first camp, and now it's a whole new set of girls that now she's made friends with. So they want to hang out and do stuff. I don't want to put the lunch out. I want to hang out.
Exactly. But you're setting such great you're setting something as a role model for them that are watching you. And it's as they should say, it's coming out in the pudding that you're doing a good thing.
Thank you.
And that they are really, really pleased with you, as well as I, because I see the stuff that you post on social media. You had an event back here in the early.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did in March.
In March, yes.
So, and thank you for reminding me of that, because I had about 7 of my teen ambassadors at that event too.
Right. And the location was so beautiful.
Thank you. At Lily Hall.
Yes.
I had it on the lawn at Lily Hall. So it was in recognition of Women's History Month.
Right.
And so when you think of the word history, it's his story.
Exactly.
So I had the her story. Soiree, which is French. Soiree.
Right.
You got to do the roll of the tongue.
Soiree.
And so, man, it was so phenomenal. And I wanted to place emphasis on the performing arts when it comes to women's history. So I had Mediterranean dancers, Arabian dancers, African, Caribbean, Latin. I had fire dancers, and I mean real fire dancers that came out. And just phenomenal. The belly dancers came out, and I had a call with all of the performers at the time, just kind of, laying out, what the goal was and what, we wanted them to do. And so after every performance, they had audience participation. So, for instance, with the fire dancers, they had a portion at the end where they actually put the fire sticks in your hands and kind of showed you what to do. The belly dancers was showing us how to move and sway our hips. Same thing with the African and the Latin dancers. But so I needed my teen ambassadors to see that.
Absolutely.
When I tell you that lawn was full of just people from just different backgrounds, just coming together to celebrate Women's History Month, and then to support the artists, and then to support me and the girls and all that. So all the proceeds from that event went toward the summer camp.
Oh,
and
excellent.
I made sure that I let them know, but I wanted them, the ones in our audience, to actually hear from our ambassadors and from the girls who had participated in the summer camp prior. So I had the girls come up to the front of the stage. I had about 7 of them, and they were so cute. Now, here's the thing. Ahead of time, I gave them their questions and what I'd be asking them.
Exactly.
So that they could practice.
So they could be ready for it.
Some were ready.
Those are girls, those young girls.
It was so cute because when we did our field trips last year, we didn't just take like a school bus. We took a party bus.
Oh, right.
To every field trip. So we had the lights and the music and all that. So by the time, when it's time for us to get off the bus, they knew, okay, the My Selfie Needs No Filter Summer Camp is in the building. Because they were like, they're ready at this point. So the girls are standing in front, and so we went over this, okay? I'm asking what their favorite part of the summer camp was. And we did so many great things. Andrews and Gulf Breeze, they hosted a field trip there. So we went to the Andrews Institute, did a whole tour, went in the cadaver lab and the freezer. They learned how to do stitches. Just so many great things came out. You know what they said their favorite part was?
What?
The party bus.
The party bus. It's all good.
It was all good. So I had to make sure that I contacted that party bus company and say, listen, my girls, some of them said, we're not coming back to the summer camp unless you have that party bus.
Exactly.
For our field trips. So, yeah.
Excellent things that you put together. And I love the fact that you use Women's History Month to teach them, look, you can put your mark out here too.
That's right. Yes.
You can be one of those women that's making history.
That's right.
And then with the things that you show them so many different cultures.
Yes. Yeah. That was important for me to have them see that. Because some of them, like I said, we only really had interaction during the summer camp.
Exactly.
So that was mostly just with girls their age and what that looks like. And we did have some professional women come in too during career day.
Right.
But I needed them to see live and in the flesh what it looks like for like the future. Like you're looking at the future, and then the ones in the audience is looking at the future.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So it was so good. And yeah, you're right. I needed to be able to create a platform so that they could, experience the different cultures and the backgrounds and things of that nature. And we absolutely accomplished that.
But of course, because I know we had talked before that, and you would tell me, you gave me a tour of the building, and that building is absolutely so beautiful.
Yes, shout out to Lily Hall, man.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, they spent a lot of time with the renovations and all that. I think it used to be an old African-American church at one point in time that they went in and renovated, and it's so pretty on the inside. No wonder you had those things,
those spiritual people there. I'm just
because we needed it. We needed them in the building. You hear me?
But I see what you're doing and the platform that you're using to educate these girls on things that they can have fun.
Yes.
They can be a teenager.
Yes.
But you can be focused and not step out of line and be just as accomplished as you think when you're out there being those little attitudes that come with it.
Yeah, it comes with it. And the entire initiative started with the My Selfie Needs No Filter Little Ladies of Leadership Conference.
Right.
So that's what kicked the entire thing off. And so first year, it was at the University of West Florida. We had about 350 in attendance. So that was in 2022. 2023, our second annual at the University of West Florida, we had over 500.
What?
So this year, in 2024, I mean, if we keep on with that trajectory, I'm
going to do the same.
Yeah,
it will. Yeah. Because there's I know that you're doing it because about this waiting list. One of the ladies that worked with me here, she was saying, "Oh my God, you've got her. Oh my God, I've been trying to get my girls in, but it's all full. It's all full." But that's because of what you do. That you don't know who's trying to get in.
Yes.
Who want their kids in this program so that can feed off what you're teaching them.
Yes. Yes. Well, and I recognize that, and so we have so many great things coming down the pike. I mean, when I tell you we are in full throttle, full motion. But one of the things that I can share is I have my ambassador program coming. So that's going to be an entire process and situation in itself where we can have certain girls to come in, and right now on the local level,
right,
but come in and actually fill out their application, all those things, go through their screening and the interview process to actually become ambassadors for My Selfie Needs No Filter. And then we will have our set objectives and goals and all that, things that we do in the community. You know, we will have a curriculum and things that we follow, of course, using the 5 selfie pillars that I teach, you know, in the book. And the goal with My Selfie Needs No Filter is for the girls to be able to become the best leaders possible.
There you go.
And one of the things is because you always hear about girls wanting to be a girl boss. I want to be in charge. I want to, you know, be a leader. I want to be a CEO. I want to be an entrepreneur. Although, which is great. You know, we want you to be leaders. But before you can lead others, you have to be able to understand yourself.
Absolutely.
And so that's
good point.
Yeah, that's where the 5 selfie pillars come in. And so once these girls understand the power behind these 5 selfie pillars, it helps them to become better leaders.
Absolutely.
Where they live, learn, work, and worship.
Exactly.
And that is the goal. You got to be able to understand what those healthy levels of self-esteem and self-confidence looks like. What does self-respect look like? You hear everybody, Aretha Franklin, she had a whole anthem with respect. Right? What does that mean for them at that age? What does it look like?
Right.
Same thing with self-care. What does that really look? What does that mean? And self-love. That self-love, we put that at the end of the pillars for a reason. Because that is the foundation for all the other selfies. But what does self-love mean? And sometimes that self-love, it makes people feel uncomfortable. Because, you know, when we were taught about love, we were taught to say, I love you. Not I love me. Or to even say I love you in the mirror. And so what should that feel like?
Right.
You know, how do you embrace that? You know, how do you give that to yourself? And so those, again, are those pillars that become very important when we're talking about leadership at the end of the day. And with that camp, you know, summertime when school is out, these girls may not have a whole lot to do. They're not of working age. You know, their minds starting to get a little idle.
Idle minds, that's right.
Playground.
That's right.
And so with the camp, this became a teen pregnancy, depression, and suicide prevention initiative.
Excellent.
Is what that was. And we, even though the teen pregnancy rate is not as high as it used to be, but post-COVID, teen depression and attempted suicide is continuously, you know, it's on the rise.
It's on the rise because I had a guest on last week. I did not know that Escambia County was at the top when it comes to suicide.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did you hear that?
No.
When it comes to suicide.
Yeah.
And even with post-COVID, with the depression, it is so deep in the community.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that's a trigger from the depression. That's what causes them to even to go to drugs, to dip into the things. And what I say all of this to say, don't stop what you're doing. Because I believe if you can save one at a time, you've made a difference.
Absolutely.
You know, and you're doing a great thing with the girl. So please, everybody, listen to me and listen to me clearly. If you would like to be a part of this, to help her with these girls, to get some of these finances taken care of, I'm just being real. Because I mean, you had to pay for some things out of your pocket, and I know how that feels. But we want somebody that want to be a part of an organization that's growing to better our community. And I also think, Erica, sometimes with these girls, they're looking for love.
Yes.
And you can look for love in the wrong places.
You are right about that.
And that's not love.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
And I think what you're showing them how you love yourself, then you're going to attract and know how to attract the real love.
That's right.
And right at this stage, you shouldn't be focused on that right there. Learn to love yourself.
That's right.
And just let that grow. And I think even with some of the kids that I run into, just to let them know, hey, look, I love you. You're doing well now. Keep your focus now. I love you.
Yes.
And I hear what you're saying, that you're going with these steps with these young people.
Yes.
And that is an excellent thing that you're doing. Love is one of the greatest powers there is.
That's true.
And when you can love yourself,
yourself,
it don't need no filter.
Say it again.
No. Don't need no filter.
Yes.
Everybody, please make sure now, if you've got a question for Erica, how you can get in touch with her, or want to ask her about what she needs, 850-432-7768. You can call or text talk to her today. Look, she's here.
In the flesh.
That's right, she's here in the flesh, and we're doing this live. She said, oh, no, we're not. Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah, you got it.
Exactly. Well, listen, everybody, I want to thank Pensacola Park and Recreation for being the sponsor of this hour. Thank you so much. And my girl, Deja, she's coming in on Thursday to tell you a whole lot of stuff that's going to be going on in the community right here on Sunshine's Corner.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Do you want to create but don't know where to start? Our new fabric line will inspire you. If you can dream it, we can help you make it. From using kits that include everything you would need, to taking classes to create something more personalized, Daryl's is the place for you. No matter if you're just beginning or experienced, Daryl's has you covered. Find us at 6705 North Davis Highway, open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And we're back. We're having a great time, and I tell you what, Erica, it doesn't, you know what? When we sit here and talk, you know we're down to the last 5 minutes.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Yes,
Because
you're a talker and I'm a talker. Yes.
But the information that we're getting out there is so important for everybody to be aware of. And all I can say for you is to keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. Because you're making a difference with these young ladies in the community. You're putting them at a standard so they have somebody to look up to, that they can do anything that they put their minds to.
That's right. That's right. And you know, they have people, not just me, but people in the community that looks like them. That comes from places that they've come from.
Exactly.
Who's been, you know,
exactly.
where they currently are.
Exactly.
And who understands and who loves them.
That's right.
You know, I want them to feel that embrace. And that's one of the things that we talked about, you know, in the summer camp. And I love it when they leave.
Of course.
And they say, love you, Miss Erica.
Doesn't that just make your heart go pitter-patter?
Yeah. Or in a text. Love you, Miss Erica.
You're making a difference, you see. You're making a huge difference. And that's why I encourage people that when you see, there's some people who like to be behind the scenes.
Yes.
If you want to be behind the scenes, reach out to Erica.
Yes, yes. I have a lot of support, don't get me wrong.
Right.
I have support people who are definitely, you know, part of this mission and that, you know, are on this journey with me. So being in the background, we got places for you in the background.
Thank you.
You know,
exactly. Always.
Yes, yes. So if you want to be a volunteer, if you want to be a camp counselor, if you want to do a session, I may be able to squeeze a session in there with the girls. And even if it's not necessarily for this summer camp, we also have the conference
that's coming up.
Yeah, in September. You know,
that's
right here locally in Pensacola. So we could always use the support, always use the hands on deck.
Of course.
Yes, we will always find a place for you. Now there is a vetting process, so it's not just any person, because we're talking about working with minors and adolescents. So there is a little bit of a vetting process, but that's just to ensure the safety, make sure that, we have, understanding of what the goals are so we can get to know you as well before we bring you into our nice little circle.
That's right.
In our tribe.
Absolutely.
But yes, if they want to become volunteers or whatever, they can go to myselfieneatsnofilter.com and fill out a volunteer form, and we will definitely review that. And then, like I mentioned before, becoming a sponsor, same thing, myselfieneatsnofilter.com. There's a place for you to click on to become a sponsor.
That's right.
And you can do your deal right there.
myselfieneatsnofilter.com. Write that down. myselfieneatsnofilter.com. You can be part of, you can be a volunteer, you can make a donation.
Yes.
You can be a sponsor.
Yes.
Anything you want is right there.
It is right there.
So there's no need to say you don't know how.
That is right.
It's there.
Right.
And believe me, you have done so much because your name is out there. People are talking about it. And I mean, there's getting these young girls that want to be a part of what you're doing. And I say to you, continue to do what you're doing because you're making a difference.
Thank you.
And to have a supportive team that's working with you. And I've got to say this, your family is so supportive of what you do.
Aw. Well, I'm a boy mom. I don't have girls.
That's right.
So this gives me those feels when I'm able to hang out with the girls or whatever, because and don't get me wrong, I love being a boy mom. My boys are phenomenal, but this just gives me just a little bit of a taste. So now I didn't birth girls, but I have almost 1,000.
Oh, you got a lot of children, girl.
Youth ambassadors. So they keep me busy, to say the very least.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now the camp is already filled for this year.
It is filled for this year. We have a waiting list.
What about the conference that's coming up?
The conference that's coming up. So I don't want to tell you the wrong date. I think it's the third week in September.
Okay.
The third Saturday in September at the University of West Florida, in the conference room, which is upstairs, a spiral staircase that goes up. And what we've done in the past is, a full schedule of, we have some speakers, entertainers, games, interactive things.
Some of the girls they're gonna love.
Oh my goodness. Just
they're gonna love it.
Networking.
Exactly.
I mean, oh my gosh.
Doing
we had
things
so many things.
Doing things they never thought they'd do.
Yeah, and vendors too.
Exactly.
So last year we had 22 vendors.
Great.
It was wall to wall. So if anyone is interested in becoming a vendor during the conference, it's
myselfieneatsofilter.com.
And fill out a vendor application. And if you're a nonprofit organization, then it is at a discounted rate.
Exactly.
But those vendor spots, they fill up really fast.
myselfieneatsnofilter.com. Remember that. myselfieneatsnofilter.com. Can you believe our time is up?
No.
Wow.
No.
I want to thank you, Erica. Thank you so very much. But I want to leave you, my dear friends, as I do every single day. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember to keep God first in whatever you do. If you handle your situation like that, I can guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for another day of nothing but sunshine. Know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep right on shining while I'm gone. Bye for now.
Sunshine's Corner, brought to you by Pensacola Parks and Recreation.